All right, so just taking him out for a little bit of some bagel time, letting him get some enrichment in. We do a lot of crate work, so it's important that he has his doggy time, just to kind of contrast that. Hey, don't go in there. Contrast that time that he spends in his crate. He's doing really well. Essentially, I set up his e-collar like a bark collar, just because he was losing his ever-loving mind, as you know, in the kennel. So I just kind of wanted to interrupt that arousal and teach him how to be calm. So he spends his time in the training room with me most of the day. He has to learn how to cope with me going in and out of the room, learning that the Borkies do not make me come over to him. I want him to learn how to settle. I don't want it to be just punishment, but it's important that he does learn how to settle. And then I'll give him this time to go and sniff and do bagel things, but I'll sprinkle in some obedience. Mylo! Mylo! Yeah, good boy. And he only eats through training. So that was literally the first recall of us getting here. So I'm not surprised that it wasn't beautiful looking. Okay. Oh, there's a bird. But I want him to learn that in order to eat, or not learn, but figuring out that in order to eat, he has to engage with me and do things that I want. I'm super low in expectations right now. Right now, I'm just kind of looking for engagement and not really too much with obedience. Mylo! Yeah, doing a lot of clicker training. At the kennel, in the training room, when we're doing obedience, I'm making it a point to really focus on rewarding calm behaviors. So when he's jumping around and being all crazy, I kind of just post up and become really boring. As soon as he puts his little tush on the ground, I'll click and reward that. Or if I want him to keep being calm, I'll just give him some really calm affection. So just kind of like an ear scritch, things like that. Mylo! Good boy. So right now I'm creating the expectation of, I say his name, comes back and gets some food. Okay. He goes back to what he's doing. So the hopes is that as we progress, it takes the conflict out of a recall. So these guys, these beagles, they're typically my harder clients because they're so invested in their environment. He just wants to sniff, do all that. That's pretty much how all of them are. So I want to create that really good relationship where him coming to me when I ask him to doesn't mean that he's being taken away from that. It just means that I want to give him something of hopefully perceived high value, but he gets to go back to doing the fun thing. So there's no conflict. And it's just creating that nice muscle memory. So that way when there is something much more high value than food, like a dog or a bird, or he's just on the scent of something, when I say his name, he will reflexively, come back to me. We got a tractor up here, so that's probably something that he's going to be a little bit anxious about. He hasn't noticed it yet. There it is. Mylo! Uh-oh. Mylo! Good boy. He's like, that's a loud noise up there, Miss Brittany. Good job. Okay. Mylo! So instead of chasing, there we go. Instead of chasing after him, I'm going to move backwards just because I know. Mylo! Yes. I don't have enough hands for that. I don't want to chase after him and he gets to be hard to get. I want to be the hard to get thing. I want to become more desirable to him because I'm not easily obtainable. I hope that makes sense. As far as the muzzle goes, I'm probably going to revisit muzzle training. I took it off literally that day just because he didn't seem like he was stressed out with me anymore. After I delivered a couple of treats. The first day or two, there were a couple of times when he met new people, he just yelled at them. And I just had them throw some hot dogs at him, and then the magic happened and he didn't care anymore. I am, however, his work mom. So initially he was over in the main building. Every time I walked past his crate, he would start singing the songs of his people, getting himself really worked up. So that's why I decided to just bring him over into the training room. I wanted to everyone was kind of like, Mylo, you're being so loud, and giving him attention when he was doing all the yelling stuff. So I brought him over to the training room just to kind of desensitize him to my presence and not thinking, oh, every time I see her, if I yell, she'll talk to me or give me attention or let me out or whatever it is that he thinks is going to happen. Mylo! Oh, wait. All right. I think it's a good enough video for now, huh?